He wasn't just a basketball player. He was a cultural icon, a household name, and for many Americans, the ultimate symbol of greatness. Michael Jordan wasn't just a part of the NBA, he defined it. But what truly makes Michael Jordan's story so legendary? Today, we'll dive deep into his journey, from being doubted in high school to becoming a six-time NBA champion. Stick with us to uncover the records, rivalries, and moments that built the legend of his airness, and why no one has ever matched him. Let's start at the beginning. Michael Jeffrey Jordan wasn't born a star. In fact, as a sophomore, he was famously cut from his high school varsity team in Wilmington, North Carolina. Imagine that. The greatest player of all time told he wasn't good enough. But this is where MJ's story takes a uniquely American turn. He used failure as fuel. By the time he reached the University of North Carolina, Jordan was ready to prove the doubters wrong. As a freshman, he hit the game-winning shot in the 1982 NCAA championship game on the biggest stage in college basketball. That moment wasn't just a win, it was a preview of his clutch DNA. Fast forward to 1984. Jordan was drafted third overall by the Chicago Bulls. Yes, third. Let that sink in. Two players went ahead of him, but from his rookie season, it was clear. No one could compare. In his first season, MJ averaged 28.2 points per game, winning Rookie of the Year and electrifying fans across the nation. His high-flying dunks and unmatched charisma turned the struggling Chicago Bulls into must-watch television. But success wasn't instant. The late 80s belonged to gritty, physical teams like the Detroit Pistons, known as the Bad Boys. They created the infamous Jordan rules, a strategy designed to beat and batter MJ into submission. And for years, it worked. But this is Michael Jordan we're talking about. Instead of folding, he rebuilt himself, hitting the weight room, sharpening his skills, and transforming into an unstoppable force. In 1991, it all came together. Jordan led the Bulls to their first NBA Finals, where they faced Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers. Not only did Jordan rise to the occasion, he soared. That moment wasn't just basketball, it was poetry in motion. The Bulls won their first championship, and the dynasty began. Jordan wasn't just a winner. He was a dominant winner. Over the next 8 years, he won 6 championships and 6 Finals MVPs, an unprecedented feat. Some of his most jaw-dropping stats include 10 scoring titles, the most in NBA history, a career playoff average of 33.4 points per game, the highest of all time, a 72-10 season with the Bulls in 1996, a record that stood for decades. But MJ wasn't just an athlete, he became a brand. His Air Jordan sneakers revolutionized sports marketing, making him a cultural phenomenon. From his appearances in iconic commercials to starring in Space Jam, Jordan's impact transcended the court. Yet, his career wasn't without heartbreak. In 1993, tragedy struck when his father, James Jordan, was murdered. Devastated, MJ walked away from basketball to pursue baseball, a tribute to his dad's dream. It seemed like the end of an era. But in 1995, 2 simple words, "I'm back," shook the sports world. Jordan returned to the NBA and didn't just pick up where he left off, he raised the bar. The Bulls dominated the league once again, winning 3 more championships. Who could forget the 1997 flu game where a visibly ill Jordan scored 38 points? Or his final shot in a Bulls jersey, a game-winning jumper, in the 1998 finals to secure his 6th title? Even today, MJ's influence remains unmatched. His work ethic, competitive fire, and determination have inspired generations of players from Kobe Bryant to LeBron James. But here's the real question. Can anyone ever surpass Michael Jordan? For millions of Americans, the answer is simple. Jordan isn't just the GOAT, he's basketball's eternal standard. So, what do you think? Is Michael Jordan untouchable, or could another player eventually take his crown? Let us know in the comments below. And if you loved this trip down memory lane, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more basketball legends and stories.